Have you ever gone to bed exhausted, ready to sleep, only to wake up again and again during the night with discomfort, pressure, tension, or the sudden urge to move, pee, or shift positions? You may think it's stress, aging, hormones, or just bad luck, but what if I told you one small hidden muscle group may be the real reason your sleep keeps getting interrupted? Most people never hear about this. They spend years blaming their mattress, taking sleep supplements, or trying random hacks while the true issue stays unaddressed. Today, I'm going to show you a simple 2-minute exercise that can help relax the muscle that often stays tight during the night and once it releases. Many people notice calmer sleep, fewer wake-ups, and less nighttime discomfort completely change the way you think about sleep. Are connected to tension in the pelvic floor and surrounding deep core muscles. These muscles help control urination, bowel movements, posture, and support of the pelvic, but they also react strongly to stress. When your mind is tense, these muscles often tighten without you realizing. That means even when you lie down, your body may still be on guard. This can create pressure, restlessness, bladder urgency, discomfort in the hips, groin, or lower abdomen, and frequent waking during the night. Now, here's the good news. Muscles that tighten can also learn to relax. The exercise is incredibly simple. Lie on your back with your knees bent and feet flat on the bed. Let your knees fall slightly apart. Place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. Slowly inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, allowing your belly, not your chest, to rise. As you inhale, imagine the pelvic muscles gently dropping and softening downward. Then exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds. As you breathe out, let your jaw unclench, shoulders soften, and hips relax deeper into the back. Repeat this for 2 full minutes. This works because the diaphragm and pelvic floor move together. When you breathe deeply and slowly, the nervous system shifts from stress mode into recovery mode. Muscles release, the bladder becomes less irritated, the body feels safe enough to stay asleep. Many people unknowingly do the opposite. They hold their stomach in, clench their glutes, tighten their jaw, or breathe shallowly into chest. That keeps the body braced all night long. Another mistake is rushing to the bathroom every single time you wake. Sometimes the bladder isn't full, the body is just reacting to tension signals. Learning to relax first can help you better understand what your body truly needs. To make this even more effective, avoid heavy fluids right before bed, reduce late night stress scrolling, and give yourself 5 quiet minutes before sleep. Consistency matters. Doing this once may feel good. Doing it nightly can retrain your body over time. So if you keep waking up at night and don't know why, don't ignore the possibility that your muscles, not just your mind, are involved. Sometimes the path to better sleep isn't another pill or gadget. Sometimes it's teaching the body how to let go. Tonight, before you sleep, take 2 minutes, breathe deeply, soften those hidden muscles, and give your body the chance to rest the way it was designed to. Have you ever been shocked awake in the middle of the night for no obvious reason? Your room is quiet, your body is tired, yet something feels restless, uncomfortable, or impossible to ignore. You shift positions, toss around, maybe feel pressure in the lower abdomen, tension in the hips, or an urgent need to get up and move. Water before bed. There is another explanation that many people completely overlook. A hidden tight muscle group deep inside the body may be silently waking you up night after night. The muscles I'm talking about are often part of the pelvic floor and surrounding deep core support system. These muscles sit at the base of the pelvis and help with bladder control, bowel movements, posture, stability, and support for nearby organs. They work all day long, usually without you thinking about them. But like any muscle group, they can become tense, overworked, irritated, or stuck in a constant state of contraction. They may send signals of discomfort that become much more noticeable when the world gets quiet at night, sad, and your brain filters out mild tasks, and your brain filters out mild tension. But once you lie down and try to sleep, your attention shifts inward. Suddenly, that pressure, tightness, or subtle discomfort becomes louder. Your body may interpret it as a need to wake up, move, change positions, or use the bathroom. This creates repeated sleep interruptions that seem mysterious because the real source was never identified. Stress is one of the biggest reasons this hidden muscle group. Many people carry tension in the neck and shoulders, but they also carry it in the jaw, stomach, glutes, and pelvic area. If you clench during stressful moments, sit for long hours, brace your core constantly, or hold in your stomach throughout the day, these muscles may never fully relax. Then bedtime arrives, but your body is still guarding itself as if danger is present. Another common trigger is shallow breathing. When breathing stays high in the chest, the diaphragm doesn't move well. The pelvic floor naturally works in coordination with the diaphragm, so restricted breathing can encourage ongoing tension below. Poor posture, chronic constipation, intense workouts without recovery, and even anxiety habits can all add to the problem. The good news is that muscles can change. Tight muscles can learn to soften. Once people understand that nighttime waking may be connected to muscular tension rather than only sleep problems, they are more likely to seek help. They often feel relieved because it gives them something practical to work on. Gentle breathing, relaxation exercises, stretching, better bathroom habits, and reducing daily clenching patterns can make a real difference over time. If you frequently wake up at night with no clear explanation, especially with pressure, urgency, restlessness, or discomfort in the lower body, it may be worth considering what your muscles are doing while you sleep. Your body doesn't always wake you because something is wrong. Sometimes it wakes you because something is tight, irritated, or asking to finally let go. And once that hidden tension is addressed, sleep can become deeper, calmer, and far more consistent than you thought possible. Overlooked reasons people struggle with sleep is the powerful connection between stress, pelvic tension, and the body's ability to fully relax at night. Many people think stress only lives in the mind. They imagine it as racing thoughts, worry, or feeling mentally overwhelmed. But stress is also from breaking down, and it changes the way you breathe, how your muscles behave, and how your nervous system responds even when you are trying to rest. This is why someone can feel exhausted, get into bed, and still wake up repeatedly through the night without understanding why. When the body experiences stress, it enters a protective mode often called fight or flight. In this state, muscles naturally tighten to prepare for action. Most people notice this in the shoulders, neck, or jaw. They may wake up clenching their teeth or carrying tension across the upper body. But many do not realize that stress can also create tightness in the lower abdomen, hips, glutes, and pelvic floor. These deeper muscles respond to pressure just like any other part of the body. The pelvic floor is a group of muscles at the base of the pelvis that supports the bladder, bowel, and surrounding structures. It also works closely with the core, diaphragm, and lower back muscles. When stress becomes chronic, these muscles may stay partially contracted all day long. You may not feel it clearly while busy and distracted, but once nighttime comes and everything is quiet, the body becomes more aware of internal sensations. That subtle tension can suddenly feel like pressure, discomfort, urgency to urinate, or a need to constantly change position. This creates a frustrating cycle. Stress tightens the muscles, disturbs sleep, increases stress hormones the next day, the following night. Many people stay trapped in this pattern for months or even years, trying sleep supplements or blaming aging, when the nervous system and muscle tension are major parts of the real story. Breathing patterns also matter more than most people think. Under stress, breathing often becomes shallow and fast, mostly in the chest. The diaphragm, which should move deeply with each breath, becomes restricted. Since the diaphragm and pelvic floor naturally coordinate with one another, poor breathing can encourage continued pelvic tension. Lifestyle habits can worsen the issue too. Sitting for long hours, clenching the stomach, overtraining in workouts, holding urine too long, constipation, and constant phone use before bed all signal the body to remain alert rather than relax. Even emotional stress that seems unrelated to the body can show up as physical guarding. The encouraging part is that the body can be retrained. Slow breathing, gentle stretching, stress management, reducing unnecessary clenching, and creating a calm bedtime routine can help the nervous system switch into recovery mode. As stress lowers, muscles begin to soften. As muscles soften, sleep often improves naturally. So if stress has been stealing your sleep, remember that it may not only be happening in your thoughts. Your muscles may be carrying the stress for you. When you calm the body as well as the mind, you give yourself the best chance for deep, uninterrupted rest. What if one of the most effective exercises for nighttime tension and interrupted sleep requires requires no equipment, no gym membership, no sweating, and only 2 minutes of your time overlook because they seem almost effortless. If hidden muscle tension is contributing to your nighttime waking, this gentle relaxation exercise can help calm the nervous system, release pressure in the pelvic region, and prepare the body for deeper rest. Many people go to bed carrying the stress of the entire day inside their muscles. They may not realize they are clenching their jaw, tightening their stomach, squeezing their glutes, or holding tension in the pelvic floor. These patterns become automatic. Even after the lights are off, the body may still act like it needs to stay alert. That lingering tension can create discomfort, bladder urgency, restlessness, or repeated waking during the night. This is where a simple reset can make a surprising difference. Start by lying on your back in bed or on a comfortable surface. Bend your knees so your feet are flat and hip-width apart. Let your knees gently rest inward or slightly apart, whatever feels natural and ears set. Place one hand on your chest and the other on your lower belly. This hand position helps you notice where your breath is going. Now slowly inhale through your nose for a count of 4. As you breathe in, allow the belly to rise gently under your hand while the chest stays relatively quiet. At the same time, picture the muscles at the base of the pelvis softening and expanding downward, not pushing, not straining, simply letting go. Then exhale through your mouth for a count of 6. Let the air leave slowly and quietly. As you breathe out, relax the jaw, soften the shoulders, and feel the hips sink heavier into the bed. Think of tension melting downward with every breath. Repeat this pattern for 2 full minutes. This exercise works because it combines 2 powerful tools: diaphragmatic breathing and muscle release. The diaphragm and pelvic floor naturally move together. When the diaphragm descends during a relaxed inhale, the pelvic floor can lengthen and release. When you exhale slowly, the nervous system receives a signal that it is safe. Heart rate may slow, stress hormones begin to settle, and muscles throughout the body often loosen. Many people accidentally do the opposite. They suck in their stomach, breathe into the chest, or hold tension while trying to fall asleep. That can keep the body braced and alert. This 2-minute exercise helps reverse those habits and tells the body it no longer needs to guard itself. Consistency matters. Doing it once can feel calming, but practicing nightly trains your body to associate bedtime with safety and relaxation. Over time, many people notice fewer wake-ups, less urgency, easier sleep onset, and a greater sense of calm before bed. If discomfort or frequent nighttime waking continues, despite trying relaxation techniques, it may be wise to speak with a healthcare professional. But for many people, this simple 2-minute routine becomes the missing step between feeling tired and actually sleeping well. Sometimes the body doesn't need more effort. It needs permission to relax. Most people underestimate the power of breathing. They think of it as something automatic that happens in the background, not as a tool that can directly control stress, muscle tension, and sleep quality. But the way you breathe can either keep your body in a state of alertness or guide it into deep relaxation. If you often wake up at night feeling tense, restless, or unable to settle back to sleep, your breathing pattern may be playing a much bigger role than you realize. The body has 2 major nervous system modes that constantly shift throughout the day. One is the alert system, often called fight or flight. This mode is useful when you need energy, focus, or quick reactions. The other is the calming system, often called rest and digest. This is the state where healing happens, digestion improves, heart rate slows, muscles release, and sleep becomes easy. The problem is that modern life keeps many people stuck in alert mode far longer than necessary. Stress, screens, rushing through the day, emotional pressure, caffeine, and nonstop stimulation all tell the body to stay prepared. Even when bedtime arrives, the nervous system may still behave as if danger is nearby. This is why someone can feel mentally tired but physically wired. They lie down exhausted, yet their body refuses to fully relax. Breathing is one of the fastest ways to influence this system because it connects conscious action with automatic body response. Shallow, fast breathing, especially through the chest, often signals tension. It can raise heart rate, tighten muscles, and reinforce the sense that something is wrong. Many people breathe this way all day without noticing, then carry that pattern into bed. Slow, deep breathing sends the opposite message. When you inhale gently through the nose and allow the belly and lower ribs to expand, the diaphragm moves efficiently. When you exhale longer than you inhale, the body receives a strong signal of safety. This can activate the calming branch of the nervous system, helping lower heart rate and reduce muscle guarding. That longer exhale is especially important. Think of it as pressing the brake pedal on stress. A 4-second inhale followed by a 6-second exhale often feels natural and effective for many. With each slow breath out, the shoulders may drop, the jaw may unclench, and deeper muscles in the abdomen and pelvis may begin to soften. Ultimately, this is one reason proper breathing can improve nighttime waking linked to tension. The pelvic floor, diaphragm, and core muscles work together. If breathing becomes restricted or rushed, those connected muscles may remain tight. If breathing becomes smooth and relaxed, the whole system often follows. Many people say they have tried breathing before and it did not work. Usually the issue is speed, consistency, or forcing it too hard. Relaxing breath should feel easy, not dramatic. There is no need to fill the lungs to maximum or hold the breath uncomfortably. Gentle repetition matters more than intensity. Try spending 2 minutes before sleep focusing only on slow nasal inhales and longer soft exhales. Let the belly rise naturally and the body sink into the bed. Over time, this simple habit can train your system to shift out of alert mode faster. Sometimes the body does not need another sleep hack. It needs a clear signal that the emergency is over, and proper breathing is one of the most reliable ways to send it. Many people do everything they can to sleep better, yet they unknowingly repeat habits that make nighttime muscle tense. They blame stress, age, or a bad mattress, but often the real problem is that the body is being trained to stay tight and alert right up until bedtime. If hidden tension in the pelvic floor, hips, lower back, or deep core muscles is contributing to nighttime waking, then certain daily mistakes can quietly keep the cycle going. One of the most common mistakes is clenching without realizing it. Some people tighten their stomach throughout the day to hold posture or appear slimmer. Others squeeze their glutes while standing, brace the thighs when sitting, or hold tension in the jaw during stress. These patterns may seem harmless, but muscles that never get permission to relax can remain partially contracted for hours. By the time you get into bed, your body may still be guarding itself. Another major mistake is shallow chest breathing when stress rises. Many people start taking quick breaths into the upper chest. Does not move well. Since the diaphragm works in coordination with the pelvic floor and core muscles, restricted breathing can increase tension below. You may think you are resting in bed, but your body still feels like it is preparing for action. Sitting for long periods is another overlooked trigger. Hours in a chair can shorten hip muscles, reduce circulation, and place constant pressure on the pelvis. If your day involves desk work, driving, or extended screen time, your lower body may arrive at bedtime already stiff and irritated. Without movement breaks or stretching, nighttime discomfort becomes more likely. Many people also make the mistake of going to the bathroom just in case every time they wake up. Sometimes the bladder is not really full. Instead, tight muscles or light sleep create a sensation of urgency. Constantly responding by getting up can train the brain to associate waking with bathroom trips, making the pattern stronger over time. Late night habits matter too. Heavy meals, excessive fluids close to bedtime, alcohol, caffeine late in the day, and endless scrolling on the phone can all keep the nervous system stimulated. Even if your eyes feel tired, your body may remain alert. Blue light exposure and mental stimulation can delay the shift into deep recovery mode. Another mistake is stretching aggressively or exercising intensely right before sleep. While movement is healthy, high-intensity workouts late at night can temporarily raise adrenaline, body temperature, and muscle activation. For some people, gentle mobility or walking works better in the evening than hard training sessions. Ignoring pain signals is also rare. It should not be dismissed as normal. Ongoing symptoms deserve medical evaluation rather than endless guessing. The good news is that these mistakes are fixable. Relax your jaw during the day. Let your belly breathe naturally. Stand up often if you sit for work. Limit unnecessary nighttime bathroom trips. Reduce stimulation before bed and choose calming movement instead of intense effort late at night. Sometimes better sleep does not require adding more routines. It requires removing the habits that keep your muscles tense long after the day day is over. Deep, uninterrupted sleep rarely happens by accident. It is usually the result of habits that signal safety, calm, and consistency to the body. Many people wait until they are exhausted, then suddenly expect sleep to happen the moment they lie down. But if your muscles are tense, your mind is stimulated, and your nervous system is still in daytime mode, sleep can become shallow and fragmented. That is why building a simple night routine can be one of the most powerful ways to improve rest and reduce nighttime waking. Your body loves patterns. When the same calming steps happen each evening, the brain begins to associate those behaviors with sleep. Over time, this creates a smoother transition from alertness into recovery mode. The goal is not perfection, it is repetition. Start by choosing a regular bedtime and wake time as often as possible. You do not need to be rigid, but wildly changing sleep schedules can confuse the body clock. Consistency helps regulate hormones like melatonin and cortisol, which strongly influence sleep quality. About 1 hour before bed, begin lowering stimulation. Dim bright lights if possible. Reduce loud noise. Step away from stressful emails, arguments, and endless scrolling on your phone. Screens do more than expose you to light, they also keep the mind active, emotional, and engaged when it should be winding down. Next, pay attention to what enters the body late in the evening. Heavy meals close to bedtime can create discomfort or reflux. Large amounts of fluid may increase nighttime bathroom trips. Caffeine too late in the day can still affect sleep even if you think you tolerate it well. Alcohol may make you sleepy initially, but it often disrupts deeper sleep later in the night. Movement can help, but choose the right kind. A gentle walk, easy stretching, or light mobility work often supports relaxation better than intense exercise late at night. If hidden muscle tension is part of your sleep problem, this is an ideal time to loosen the hips, lower back, and legs. Then comes one of the most valuable habits, a 2-minute breathing and relaxation practice in bed. Lie comfortably, place one hand on the belly, and breathe slowly through the nose. Let the belly rise as you inhale and soften as you exhale. Make the exhale slightly longer than the inhale. With each breath, relax the jaw, shoulders, abdomen, and pelvic area. This teaches the body that the day is over. Your bedroom environment matters too. Keep the room cool, dark, and quiet when possible. Reserve the bed mainly for sleep and intimacy rather than working or worrying there. If you frequently lie awake frustrated, the brain can start linking the bed with stress. If you wake during the night, try not to panic or instantly grab your phone. Stay calm, breathe slowly, and give your body a chance to settle. Looking at the time repeatedly often increases pressure and alertness. Most importantly, be patient. Healthy sleep routines work through consistency, not one perfect night. Many people abandon habits too quickly because they expect immediate transformation. The body often needs repetition to trust the new pattern. A strong night routine is not about adding dozens of rules. It is about creating a reliable sequence that tells your mind and muscles to let go. When you do that regularly, deep sleep becomes less of a struggle and more of a natural response. As we come to the end of this discussion, remember one important truth. Waking up at night is not always just a sleep problem. Sometimes it is your body asking for relief from hidden tension, stress, and habits that keep your muscles stuck in alert mode. The good news is that your body is designed to heal, adapt, and relax when given the right signals. By understanding how stress affects the pelvic floor and deep core muscles, we can develop effective stress management techniques to reduce stress and improve overall well-being. Using a simple 2-minute breathing exercise, avoiding the common mistakes that worsen tension, and building a calming nighttime routine, you can create the conditions for deeper, more peaceful sleep. Small actions repeated consistently often create the biggest changes. You do not need complicated gadgets, extreme routines, or endless supplements to start improving your nights. Sometimes the most powerful solution is learning how to breathe better, release tension, and allow the body to feel safe again. So tonight, before you close your eyes, give yourself just 2 minutes. Slow your breath, relax those hidden muscles, and let the day go. Because better sleep may not be farther away than you think, it may begin with the simplest habit you do before.